Welcome to Conversations with LaDonna. This is the Peachtree Village International Film Festival edition, celebrating the 18th anniversary of the festival. Today, my guest is award-winning screenwriter and filmmaker Jason Holmes. His project Therapy Sesh, starring Lamont Archie from the All-American and Days of Our Lives, is screening at the festival this year. Welcome to the show, Jason.
Thanks, LaDonna. Thanks. I really appreciate you having me.
Absolutely. I'm very excited to chat with you about your project. But first, I would like to share with our audience a little bit about your background. So, Jason is a graduate of Full Sail University. His projects have been selected in multiple film festivals, and he has placed in major competitions, including the Atlanta Film Festival Screenplay Competition. So, congratulations on all the things that you've accomplished thus far.
Thanks.
And he has also worked with FAMU College of Law, Sabrina Fulton, and the Honorable Judge Belvin Perry Jr., addressing the Stand Your Ground law in his directing and producing roles while championing social justice issues. He has also accomplished success in a variety of genres, displaying a wide range as a director and a writer, providing him the opportunity to work with the aforementioned talent all the way to crafting a show for NXT star Jakara Jackson.
Yeah.
Now, Jason, you have some great accomplishments in your career, and this is just a few of the things that you've done. So that's an array of different things that you've done. So congratulations with everything.
Thanks. I greatly appreciate it. I've just been blessed to do and work with so many people and address so many things that it just begins to like open up and give you opportunity to explain the things on your mind. So it's just been a great opportunity so far, and I look forward to the things I get to do in the future.
Great. So let's talk about Therapy Sesh, which is screening at the Peachtree Village International Film Festival soon, which you wrote and directed. So tell us about this project. What is it about?
So Therapy Sesh is a pilot for a series that walks us through the life of a newly divorced young lady that went through the ringer with the ex on the mistress from work on the side,
Mhm.
and trying to detangle herself from the ex-husband who still has stuff at her house. And as she's trying to go through this, her girls are by her side every step of the way, helping her, but it just seems to be a lot and she can't move forward. So one of her friends kind of suggests that, hey, I've been through tough times, but I think the best way to handle this is through therapy. And the show kind of addresses those stigmas where in our community, in our culture, we don't talk to people unless you're crazy.
Right,
So
right.
it hits that, it drives, I mean, goes against that head on. And she goes through this process of going to therapy, talking to work through so she can move on with her life as a new love interest comes in to kind of help her
Mm.
through this situation. So it's a fun back and forth situation that many people could relate to, and kind of addresses a lot of different issues and stigmas as it goes through.
Yeah, I love that. And it seems like that, our culture, our community, we really don't go to therapy as much. I know it's changing because
Right.
of projects like this, because we're speaking on how important it is. So I'm glad that you put this project together because the more we have it out there, the more, we'll be acceptable of going to therapy. Because I know that from individuals that have gone, it has really helped them. So I know it's very important. So most times when we write projects, it either is inspired from personal experience or there's a message we want to share. So in Therapy Sesh, what inspired you?
So it's a little bit of both, as you were saying. So I was inspired, well, actually not inspired. Actually, I've done the different projects, like you said, and my cousin, she came to me with something that was on her chest because she had gone through a recent divorce,
Mhm.
but she wanted to create maybe almost like a little video blog type of deal for her podcast, her
Mm.
and it was a diary, almost like a diary of a mad black woman type of deal.
Yes, yes.
So she had an idea, and I tried to connect her with a friend. It didn't work out, but I made a promise to my cousin. So I was like, I'm gonna come back to this after I finish these different things that I had going on, because I had a lot of projects I was working on. But the thing that happened, the name she wanted to go with and the whole idea based off of her journal was already out there and done in so many ways. And there was actually a podcast. So I asked her if she would give me a little bit of liberty and let me work, play with some ideas and stuff. So I took that of her journaling of going through a divorce and a divorce party and trying to move on while a toxic ex still hanging on into her life, and a current situation with my mother, my wife's mother dying, and
Mm,
me being an advocate for therapy and trying to help her through that time and kind of mesh the two. And as I played with the idea, I kind of came to a point to where I wanted to create something that would change culture, but address the common situations that many women in the community go through, as my cousin was going through. So that's how I kind of landed on therapy sesh.
I love that. I
Thank
absolutely love that. You know, you combined a couple of things that was kind of traumatic, right, in your loved one's life, and then now you have this project that can kind of be therapy for those of us who will view it because it's going to help us. Because many of us go through divorces or relationship problems, and this can be someone like a roadmap on how to get through that moment. And even if it's not through a divorce or just something traumatic happening in your life, it teaches us how that therapy is, something that's beneficial for us. So I
most
like that.
definitely. So well said.
Oh, thank you. It's really important to get the right actor to portray the lead role. What were you looking for when casting the lead actor?
So with those roles, first Faith, who was playing the role of Carlina, I wanted somebody that had similar or close to issues that they've worked out on screen or personally.
Mhm.
So when casting Faith Wright for the lead role of Carlina, I did a little research on her, saw during the pandemic she came out with her own online series to where she was kind of working through identity issues of being a Black woman in a white space in Canada. And
Mm,
the issues she addressed and how well she did it, I found it amazing. I was like, man, so I could kind of, like you were saying, as a person writes or directs and kind of portrays a role, you kind of find out a little bit about them or a situation. And as I got to look a little further into that, I felt that she could portray the character very well and felt comfortable in her own skin, had to address different issues head on, even love issues that she addressed in her series. And I thought she was the perfect role for it. So that was really great for that. And then Lamone from All American, might know him as the principal at Compton High School.
yeah.
He's just so versatile, and he has the ability to play the good guy or the bad guy, but he has such a wide range. It was a no-brainer. And then when talking about the project, he wanted to know a little more of where the season would go and how the character developed, and it was just a match made in heaven.
I love that. Love that. It's good when you can find those right people for a role. It sounds like you were pretty much hands-on in the casting process.
Oh man, in the beginning, especially until you're Tyler Perry, you kind of do it all yourself. So everything from casting to everything, the UPM when you're on set, I basically do it all. The filming this was very long nights, so
Yeah.
really hands-on.
How long did it take you to film the pilot?
Oh, so we did the pilot in 48 hours. We had to be
Oh,
super efficient, put on my Tyler Perry hat, say we're
yeah.
knocking this out, getting this done. We had different people flying in from different areas. Faith coming from Canada, Lamone from Los Angeles, Bonnie Bristow coming from North Carolina, and then some locals. So it was a lot of moving parts, and we had to do it in that gap right before the strike happened. So
Wow.
really hard, moving at a fast pace, and it was fun.
Yeah. I've been in a 48 Project Film Festival competition before.
Oh,
It
so
was my
you
first.
know.
Yes, and it was written, directed, and we did it in, the weekend. And I will say that our project won, and I won
Oh,
Award for Actress.
congratulations.
Thank you, thank you. But it's so exciting because it pushes you, right? And
Yeah.
it's and to see when it's finished is, you've gone on a journey with these individuals. It's nothing like a creative process from writing it to filming it to seeing it come to fruition. How long
Right.
did it take you to write?
So this was developed for a while. So, like I was telling you, I first put a piece together for a vlog, played with a couple ideas, wrote maybe like four different versions over the course of maybe a month,
Okay.
and then kind of landed on a structure. Then got to know the actors after finished casting, and then kind of molding them a little more to their personalities, giving them a little more relatableness as I got to know them. Because as you get to know your characters or your actors, you can bring the characters to a whole nother level. And that's what I was able to do within like a month and a half. And then we went and took those 48 hours and shot.
I love that. I love the fact that you got the chance to know your actors and then you did your writing along with that, right? So
Yeah.
when
It's,
you as a writer and a director, sometimes when you write something, I've worked with writers that they wanted you to say word for word as is written. And I've worked with writers that they give the actors liberties to bring
yeah.
that character to life. What type of writer and director are you?
So I'm the latter. I feel you imagine something one way, but you choose those actors because you feel they can bring it to life.
Yeah,
And you let them actually work in their wheelhouse and respect their craft, they'll go above and beyond what you do. And that I've never been disappointed when I pick the right actor, they do that. And with this cast, I was blown away from everybody from Faith, Vonnie, Lamone to Tara, even the extras. And I walked away from the process like, wow, and it looks one way on paper, but when you let somebody run and do their thing, it turns
yeah.
out so much more beautiful.
I love that. Shout out to everybody, but also shout out to the extras, right? Because to
Right.
me, I've been an extra and I know, the extras make the movie, the project, the film, the web series feel more alive.
Right. And they're sitting
Yeah.
around doing nothing for hours,
Yes.
waiting for that 5 seconds, two
Right.
seconds on screen. And they're so vibrant and happy to be there. Shout out to the extras. I appreciate them.
Yeah, shout out to the extras. So it takes a team to come together and collaborate to create a successful project. How has the journey been for you, for your cast and crew?
Man, without the cast and crew, it's not possible. Amazing crew with me from up at 4 o'clock in the morning till shutting down at 10 and wrapping things up. And then the cast just being so patient, bringing it to life, makeup artists, everybody. So
Yeah.
they are what make it happen. And it's kind of weird when they're giving you your kudos when you get selections and different things like that, but I always turn it back to them because without them, it's not even possible.
Absolutely, and I think that I'm glad that you feel that way, right? That you're conscious of that because it takes a whole team to
Most
get
definitely.
this together. Like you said, hair, makeup, lights, camera, action, sound. Because if you don't
Yeah.
have the right sound and it's
Oh my
echoing,
gosh. It's nothing.
it's nothing. It's nothing. If you don't have the right lighting, it's nothing. So yeah, it takes so many people to come together to make a great project, and I can't wait to see it at the film festival. Now, with filming projects, sometimes there could be a couple bumps in the road. Did you guys experience any challenges
Oh man.
in
I don't
those 48
think
hours?
not only that, but you're dealing with different personalities when sometimes you have different people on there, and there's always something everybody from the crew can tell you. Uh, I think everything other than personalities, everything went ridiculously smooth. And
Good.
then we came and we had a hiccup at the end, a personal meltdown with one of the actresses. So scenes had to be adjusted. And it was at the end of the day of the last day.
Oh my
So
gosh.
we're like, oh, the martini shots insight. We're almost there. And then curveball. So, but I think the cast and crew hit it out the park. We were able to adjust and it came out, I would say, pretty good. So other
Good.
than that, that was the only hiccup, and maybe a little rain on the one of the locations. That's about
Oh, okay. Uh-oh, says I'm running out of time here.
it. On the 10-minute countdown.
Good. Okay, let's get this going. So I always have fun on the sets. Any memorable moments?
Oh man, I think like every day, all day, we were laughing, whether we were setting up with Cam ops, director of photography. The crew were amazing, but the cast were just hilarious. Tara was had jokes for days. So she's like and when you see therapy Sess, she's the redhead, funny, humorous, everything. She's light and she just brought it like every day in between takes, had us cracking up.
I
And
love
I
it.
would say like we can't pick one out because there was just something every time, every day. It was hilarious.
Do you have any takeouts that you put at the end of your filming? You know, as somebody put the blooper.
Yeah, we usually put the bloopers at the end. We didn't have time for that. And I didn't want to take away from any of the others because we wanted to get everybody's name on the screen with
Yeah,
enough time and
absolutely.
stuff and not take away. So might put something out later where we put all those bloopers out, but there is definitely a whole bunch of those.
I love those. So what are the future plans for Therapy Sesh?
So the goal for therapy sesh is hopefully syndication, 5 seasons minimum. And I would love to create therapy sesh after dark. We did do a small portion of that. It's not going to be at the film festival because it's an attachment piece to it that we want to have in production to where we have long as 30-minute piece, 23 minutes, depending on if we're going streaming or we're going on maybe a regular station to where the crew, I mean, the cast and a host sit down, kind of talk about some of the issues, but also take questions through social media or through the episodes to where we kind of sit down and just chop it up, like we're doing now to where we could go a little more in depth in the issues that the characters are experiencing,
Yeah,
how the cast embodies that character and what they feel that character is going through and how they can go more in depth in it. So that's the future for it. And I just want to see it do a lot, address a lot of issues, and go a little deeper than just a 30-minute episode or hour episode, depending on how it works out.
awesome. I look forward to see what's coming down the road for it. Where
Thanks.
can what day is it screening at the festival? Do you know?
So we're gonna be December 8th, Thursday, December 8th. I think we're at a 2:20 or 2:40 spot because it got moved from Friday, December 9th, because of a premiere. But
Okay.
I would love everybody to come check it out that Thursday if you can make time, or even jump on Jaro where we're having another piece of the Peachtree Village International Film Festival where they can vote on it as an audience, which would be really great. You can watch it in the comfort of your home.
Awesome. So listen, guys, you can go see it at the festival or check it out online and make sure you vote for the show because we will have this aired prior to. Are there any last words that you would like to mention about the project?
Oh man, it's an amazing project. It's great cast crew, like we were saying, but it addresses some of the things that we see prevalent in our community today and just gives you a deeper understanding that you're not out there alone. There's different ways to talk about this, work through it. We know we have friends and family, but there's also professional help out there that can help you take the extra mile, develop you, and help send you on the right track. Because as we're aware, mental health is really at the forefront of everything today, and you definitely need to take care of yourself. So even if you don't watch Vote For Us, if you check it out and you feel moved, seek help, counseling, whatever you may go through. Nothing's too small to talk to about with somebody else.
Absolutely. I totally agree with that. So make sure you catch Therapy Sesh at the Peachtree Village International Film Festival.